allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego die the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun diary.
I am currently reporting live from the Agbado cruise, by the way, just so you know.
Bó bá ṣe rere, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
So tonight, I turned on my TikTok. So in case if you kind of, run across Mayegun's Diary Political Live on TikTok. Yes, I am now on TikTok.
Godfatherism.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Please read the caption of this broadcast. Read the description as well. Share the broadcast. Don't forget your own offering. Like the broadcast. And tell everybody. Mayegun today. Yes.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun today.
Ó ti dé.
Mayegun today.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun today.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun today.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun today.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun today.
Lórí YouTube.
I did not ask for a yacht, and it is the Nigerian Navy that wanted a luxurious, that luxury. They want a luxurious yacht, which is to provide security for Thiefnubu. Then they sent somebody to go and defend it. When that didn't fly. They said, well, the House of Representatives has managed to remove it and added it to the student loan. Hooray! Obafemi Awolowo University students, the point of reference tonight, versus the EFCC. Share the broadcast. Motide. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. Same to my friends on TikTok as well. Especially the Lagos Bakus. It's been a while. So how is the Shege dealing with you? I'll come back to that anyway. Yeah. So if you have read the caption of the broadcast, you have read the description as well. Therefore, you should have also shared it as much as you can. All right. Please do that if you haven't already. Now, the rider for the broadcast is that, Thiefnubu has come out to deny the fact that he never requested. He said, I didn't ask for a yacht, but the Nigerian Navy deemed it fit that I should have a $5 million yacht. So, for my security, the seat of power for the president of Nigeria is Abuja. Abuja has no water to actually badge, something like a yacht from reports. So, which means it's going to be based in Lagos. And a lot of people believe it's an inclusion, a special request that will eventually be granted since they have now mentioned it. And because according to them, they said now PDP wanted to buy yacht, presidential yacht. They just never had the courage or the money to buy it until now that Nigeria is in total bankruptcy. So a bankrupted country that is telling our own people that they are going to have to face some hardship. I mean, you're going to have to face some hardship because we will have to make some tough decisions that will make it a little bit tougher now. But it's going to be for temporarily, right? And then, yeah, afterward, everyone is going to start enjoying. Same thing they told you about Buhari. If you remember, it is the same playbook, the same play card, the same line. Anyway, they themselves are lavishing themselves with all of the goodies that they can touch. But it wouldn't have kind of mean too much if they were making the money that they were, splashing on themselves. They were borrowing money for luxury lifestyles. So some people now said, you know something? A lot of people are not paying attention to the real thing. You see this issue of buying a yacht, $5 million or 5 billion naira yacht. They probably just left that in there for people's reaction with the intention of taking it out anyway, while the real thieving is hidden in plain sight. Abi, these are some of the ridiculous items inside the 2.17 trillion supplementary budget. 4 billion naira to renovate presidential quarters. 2.5 billion to renovate vice presidential quarters. 4 billion to renovate Presidential Lodge in Lagos. 4 billion to renovate Vice Presidential Lodge in Lagos. Yeah. Oh, 3 billion, yeah. Then 4 billion for the construction of office complex. 10 billion to construct appeal court complex. 1.5 billion to buy cars for the office of the First Lady. 2.9 billion to buy SUVs for the presidency, right? 2.9 billion for the replacement of operational vehicles and the rest, presidency. These are just flashes in the real deal. Yesterday, I did a comprehensive kind of analysis of the fraud hidden inside that 2.17 trillion. Abi? Right. Inside it, there is something called 400 billion naira cash transfer. Nothing is attached to it, just cash transfer. Transfer that money to this account. That's it. That is $400 million. It is part of that money they want to borrow. They want to borrow the 2.1 trillion. Okay? And from within that money alone, 1.6 trillion naira is basically for frivolities. You know what I mean? Recurrent. Things that are never, ever going to be accounted for. Meanwhile, when the noise about buying a yacht, presidential yacht, for their cocaine trafficking or other drug trafficking and every other escapades that, they would love to indeed share, right? They sent this guy to the media to go and defend it, go and explain it to them that, you know what, the presidential yacht is for the protection and security of Thiefnubu. I'll go look for that clip.
Well, it is for the public institution to realize that people are more interested in how government works. They are more interested in government expenditure and even revenue and in the conduct and character of public officers. Therefore, you need justification for everything you are doing. And then you need massive support for the only institution empowered to carry out budget scrutiny, which is the National Assembly. So anytime the National Assembly is discredited, incapacitated, then our democracy suffers for it. If you want your democracy to work better, support your legislature to produce the kind of result. Like I understand this supplementary budget that is up now, how much of scrutiny is going to go into it? Are we able to question provisions that are made for State House, or anything coming from State House is sacrosanct? These are the questions, because the National Assembly is not free. Anything they do is questioned by Nigerian people. So we have to support them to be able to ask questions and also question the executive and be sensible that when they are being blackmailed, that they need our support as a representative of the people. Without adequate budget scrutiny, so that each budget item is defended in terms of the cost, that the amount that has been put forward, and then the details of it, justifying that we need to spend this, and this is the kind of result we are going to get, like the provisions made for agriculture and food security. What is the target? We have made such provisions in the past. We need the capacity to oversight to know whether that money has produced the kind of economic and food security result that we need.
Right. Yeah. When you hear there's a provision for a yacht, a 5 billion naira yacht, alongside that, of course, the education loan that's around 5.5 billion naira, and the rehab of schools, 5.1 billion naira. In terms of priority, what should take the day? Well,
even in the issue of provision of a yacht for the president, it's not in the State House budget line. I was just discussing it now. It's actually under the Navy. So it's like a security conveyor for the president.
Not a luxury yacht.
Not a luxury yacht. So that needs to, because the budget line is under the Navy. which is under capital budget of Navy for security. So we have to ask ourselves, do we have that yet before? The one we have, can we rehabilitate it or renew that asset, or do we need to acquire new one? That is where we ask the priority question. And nothing stopped the National Assembly to say, since this is supplementary, and we're just considering the medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy papers, we may need to step this down and capture it in the 2024 budget, and probably push more money into the schools across the country. If you look at FCT provisions, about 100 schools that will be renovated
in 100
days, about 10 billion or so. Then security, about
they always have those useful idiots to help them do the media, what do you call it? They call it media round, okay? To help put everyone in a confused state, right? But people are not confused anymore, But when they asked him about, a state of priority, and they started changing it, he said it was just one of those, yachts that are not luxury yachts, but just for the Navy. He lied. They called it presidential yacht. Do you understand? And they were very specific. 5 billion naira. Okay. Meanwhile, education student loan, which the last time, from day one when I said this was never part of their plan, it was one of those, just tell them something, kind of. And then they came back and they said, oh yeah, student loan, they are going to give 1% from the crude oil sale. Money they will make from crude oil. They will be taking 1% of it and put it in education bank. I think that would be the name, education bank. So as students, you can just go there and take student loans and all of that stuff. Sure, you get. But there is no crude oil sale. As it is, right? The criminals who ensured that Nigeria could not really account for the oil production and oil sale for the past 8 years under these criminals. The criminals who made that happen, they are still in charge. Thiefnubu is still housing them, by the way. So which simply means that there is no money. One of the reasons why Nigeria Naira has not been able to defend itself, especially in the last 6 months. Why? Nigeria don't produce anything per se. You know what I mean? They import everything, which means they have to exchange their Naira to the foreign exchange of other countries, right? In order to bring whatever they want to bring into Nigeria. So that puts pressure on your Naira. But when things were not bad and worse as they are now, and Nigeria was receiving the steady supply of dollars. So that was when people needed dollars, they could easily get it. So Naira was just doing the, ladybird between the Naira, between this inflation that finally about to strangulate it. So there is no money coming from the crude oil sales anymore. So there's no 1% going into education. So as an afterthought, at the bottom of their supplementary budget, 5 billion naira student loan, 5 billion naira. For how many people? Because it's an afterthought. It's been the scam all along. But in case all of now one kind of be too smart, they will say it is just supplementary. Another budget is coming for education. And now education, in fact, is where I'm going to go next after this. So when the whole stunt was performed, right, Senate passed it. Senate passed the supplementary budget. Presidential yacht, 5 billion naira. Student loan, 5.5 billion naira. And then, for presidential villa, vehicles, and the rest, that one is about 49 billion naira. For somebody that is not with the Nigeria Air Force, Office of the National Security Advisor, NSA, Ribadu, from that supplementary budget, he himself and his own office, they are collecting 49 billion. 12 billion of that money is said to be for the maintenance of presidential fleet. Presidential fleet is the 14 aircraft. All those 14 aircrafts that is available to Thiefnubu, his family, his vice, the Senate president, the speaker, and then the rest of their whatever as they wish. Under Buhari, Buhari was maintaining the Nigeria national fleet. I say national fleet, presidential fleet, with over 6 billion naira, okay, a year. Under Thiefnubu, in space of just 2 months to finish, Ribadu alone is collecting 12 billion naira inside that supplementary budget. 12 billion naira for the presidential fleet. When you now go up again and you go under the Nigeria Air Force, you will see there maintenance of the aircraft within the, all the aircraft under the control of Nigeria Air Force. They will need another 19 billion naira. Now look at this scam there, okay? Ribadu, National Security Advisor. It has nothing to do with the presidential fleet, but it's getting 12 billion for presidential fleet. The Nigerian Air Force, they are taking about 19 billion for the maintenance of all the aircraft within their control, which include all of those military aircraft you see. Nigeria Air Force fly them, okay? The president of Nigeria Air Force flies them. Their own their own staff flies the president. You get that? Flies all these VIPs and all of them. You know what I mean? So, which means they have been covered under that same budget. But when you go down, so when you look at some of these ridiculous figures here and there, and they come back and say, okay. Now today shout too much. Okay, no presidential yacht in the supplementary budget. See. Oh yeah, add the 5 billion to 5.5 billion for student loan. Boom. APC, Egbekegbe, àwọn Lagos Abobaku, Oshogbo Alimajiri, àwọn humbled slaves, sophisticated morons. Quickly, they jumped at it. That is Ashiwaju, a very, very listening man. No wonder he told you, I understand your pain. You are still in those pain, no? Abi? But billions and trillions of borrowed money is making them more comfortable. It won't be the first to, and it won't be the last to. Now, Mugu like you, they are always praying, never to wake up. I mean, as long as you remain that, what else? I remember telling people that, you see this abracadabra around this naira dollar, what do you call it, exchange rates. I have broken that down. I have broken that down severally on Mayegun's Diary Political. APC, Egbekegbe, they know their audience. In 2015, when they handed over to these criminals, naira to dollar was 145 naira to a dollar, okay, officially. If you go to the parallel market, which is the black market, you will buy a dollar for 190 naira. 240 naira was, it was 240 naira to a pound sterling that year. Now, you know what happened? When they started the corruption, round tripping, and all the fraud that are now catching up with Nigeria, that has completely destroyed Nigeria economy, and there is no chance of recovery, even with what these ones are about to do to you. When they started, naira jumped from 145 naira to over 300 naira officially. Meanwhile, the parallel market jumped from 199 naira to over 600 naira. Then when they finally managed to cough up or borrow dollars here and there, right? And they decided to kind of make that available, fund that, okay? No production, no nothing, no, okay? Then naira, for a while, then dropped from 600 naira parallel market to about 450 naira. Meanwhile, at the official rate, it also dropped from about 450 naira down to somewhere around, from about 300 naira down to somewhere around there, 280 naira. Or more, you need to see celebration. It is the same playbook for those who know these criminals very well. This was 2017, 2018. They started screaming, I know the change I voted for. We know that they were suffering. The poverty level was skyrocketing at the time. But it was something to at least celebrate. Finally, dollar has crashed from 600 naira to 400 naira. Sai Baba, all those Sai barbarians. They started saying Nigeria is recovering. Nigeria is going to be great. And all of it. And they were all falling into that poverty. Businesses were dying. Jobs were being lost. People were falling every day into poverty. So they were living that lie. But it didn't last long. By the time Buhari was handing over to Thiefnubu, a dollar was 710 naira. And guess what? As you can see around today, they are waiting for the time they are going to celebrate and tell you, because they are planning now that they are expecting some dollars from these different places they have been trying to beg from all this while. Because last night they received a tranche of $1 billion. I don't know the source of where they got that from yet, but immediately they got the $1 billion. They quickly disbursed that to so many banks. Well, some banks in Nigeria. And that quickly had an effect on that dollar. And here it is. They are planning to try to get to official rates of naira to dollar. They want to get to 665 naira to a dollar by December. 665 naira. Because according to them, when Buhari was leaving, he left it at the fake officially. They said it was 450 naira. But normally, when you approach those banks, they will give it to you for 630 naira. So, but parallel market, you get it for 710 naira. Now, these criminals who got naira to dollar at the rate of 145 naira to a dollar 8 years ago, they are now plotting a celebratory mood to say Shebi naira was about 1,400 naira, 1,300 naira. Now it's coming down with the money they've managed to get to. Sure, you get, like Buhari also did. So they will now say, naira has finally come down to 900 naira. It came under 1,000. And by December, they will be celebrating the fact that Nigeria naira is under 1,000. I hope they will have enough dollars to actually back that up, as you can tell, right? But that is the criminals you are dealing with. And I was saying something about education earlier. Okay? So here is what the House of Reps member in their scripts. Here you get. We have removed the yacht. We have added the money to education. 10.5 billion naira for student loan. I don't know how many are the students, okay? But all of the students in Nigeria, university or so students, okay? All of them would have access to 10.5 billion naira for student loan. The Office of NSA, National Security Advisor, that will be monitoring Thiefnubu's planes, will collect 12 billion naira for that. Do you understand? DSS, Dokwemu Stupid Service, for the machine to hack you, to be able to hack your WhatsApp, hack your calls, listen near and dear to your text messages and all that, your emails and all that. They themselves are also getting about 43 billion naira from that money. 10.5 billion naira. Listen to these guys. They are doing you a favor.
We have increased their budget from 456 to 546 billion 209,099,671. So then police formation and command will give them 50 billion, while the FCT, they have about 100 billion naira. You know, FCT is very important because we want to make sure FCT can compete with any city in the world. That's why we have decided to give them 100 billion naira. While Office of the National Security, we know how important that office is. Initially, the initial budget was 27 billion, but currently we have increased their budget to 50 billion naira. While the State House, the initial budget was 28, and we still maintain that figure as 28 billion naira as well. Ministry of Agri, we know how important that ministry is. You're talking about the food security, and of course, it's very critical and important to our people across the nation. We have maintained the initial figure of 200 billion naira as well. While Ministry of Housing, you know, we have a serious housing deficit in this country, and Mr. President agenda, he wants to build as much as he can. So we have approved 100 billion naira for Ministry of Housing, and that's what he actually did. Service whiteboard initially was 615 billion, but currently we reduced it from 615 to 515 billion naira as well. And for INEC, you know, initially their request was 18 billion naira. Yesterday we had an engagement with the INEC chairman, as you all aware, and he has convinced us about his submissions. We have maintained our the 18 billion naira as well. So far we have approved the sum of 2 trillion 176 billion 791,286,033 naira only. So this is what we did today, and we'll continue to do as much as we can to support our Nigeria, to support the government, so that our people can see the importance for this democracy as well. As far as we are concerned, we don't have that percentage anymore. We have increased the student loan. If you can recall, student loan was 5 billion naira in the budget, but now we have increased it from 5 to 10 billion, so that our students can be able to access that facility in order for them to go to school and to be affordable for them. This is what we do actually.
So no more what?
Yeah, actually, yeah, we don't have that yet anymore.
Okay, so what are we expecting at the end of this in terms of implementation?
Yes, as you know, we in the Church Assembly, we are very determined to make sure all the money appropriated, we are make sure that our members, especially those standing committees, will oversight those projects to make sure all the money that has been paid has been utilized judiciously, so that Nigerians can see it and can see the impact. From now to 3 months, we are going to call them and ask them what they have done with that money we have been provided to them. Prove that certified.
That is their oversight. They will call them and check on what they have done with the money. So if you are students in Nigeria, at least 10 billion is there for not to share. I just don't know how, but they are going to open a bank by January. So, and they are going to put more money. That is the plan. You know, man. Education will get 10 billion, but the luxury and comfort of criminals who have nothing contributed at all, right? They will have for themselves 1.6 trillion naira in total. Well, talking about education, you know, there is this prayer I am going to remind you or ask you to kind of remind us of, which is very, very popular, and that is may Nigeria not happen to you. When Nigeria happens to you, sometimes the effect is not immediate. The effect is lifetime. And it is unfortunate that if you are a Nigerian, you will know that we are mostly exposed to this brutality, or should I say this brutal reality at a very young age. And the trauma alone, most of the time, don't leave any of us for the rest of our lives. But if it is just the trauma, many of us have grown to learn how to manage our traumas and still lead standard, meaningful lives. But when Nigeria happens to people, sometimes, again, like I said, it takes lifetime. But for young people who have been subjected to different kind of profiling, right? Especially from the older generation, we have been called names: impatient, disrespectful, wrongly or badly brought up. All because we want to survive in the world created by those narcissistic sociopaths that we call leaders and elders, dealers. You know? Now, why am I saying this to you? There is this trend in Nigeria, and I want to remind you of something. When Obasanjo came and he started the EFCC, the primary purpose of setting up the EFCC is to help curb or even stop official corruption. I am talking about those who are like the bandits that are desecrating, plundering our common patrimony officially, and then leading us to a perilous trajectory, a place, a very dark place that few have managed to survive after all of that kind of experience, so to say, from the young age. Now, you have this stereotyping madness in Nigeria. Nigerians, like maybe other Africans too, we are one of those who easily sort of scream racism, discrimination. You know, when you are discriminated against because of where you come from, where you come from, what you do, how you talk, how you look, you know what I mean? You get discriminated against or even bullied just because you are young, enterprising, adventurous, so to say, and you are existing in a country where stereotyping and profiling people, again, like I said, as black, as a Nigerian, we are easily triggered when we hear the word racism. Oh, racism. Oh, a black man can't be racist. No, it's not possible. Oh, what about tribalism? Okay, maybe. And what is the difference between them? What about agism? And then profiling young people in a way that it has now become more like an acceptable way of investigating what they call crime. Now, look at this. We have seen where blacks have been stereotyped and profiled as, you know, sort of aggressive, violent, criminal. I mean, I'm black and I've not really experienced that in a very close court, right? But I have had to see people, and I've heard stories and I've seen stories of people who have actually experienced them at a very close, you know what I mean? And it's not a good experience. But me as a black man, that I haven't really suffered racism, right? I have suffered tribalism and I have suffered ethnicism. I've suffered things from people that we look alike, and talking about profiling. But being a young man in Nigeria and being profiled as a criminal, is not new. But something happened. You see, in Nigeria, if you are seen to be walking about with a laptop an expensive phone, driving a car, and you are young, in a country that they expected everybody to what? To be poor, based on the standard put in place by the ruiners of the country, in a country where you have to be held responsible for the inefficiency of those saddled with the responsibility of differentiating criminals from ordinary citizens. Now, the system that has failed with huge amount of taxpayers' money going to them. Now, that failed system that couldn't separate the act of crime from, what is legit, decided to go the route of profiling. And from time immemorial, the young people, especially in southern Nigeria, they have been the victims of this agism or age-related terror. And I call it terror because if you have experienced it, you may never wish it on your worst enemy. Let us come and break it down as well. If you dress nice, there was a notorious criminal gang called SAS. Now, if you dress nice and you look good and you know what I mean, you are automatically suspected to be a criminal, an internet fraud star. Now, even if you are a student, even if you have an identification card, even if you can have people speak for you, their intention is not actually to prosecute you for that crime. No. Their intention is to find something, incriminate you, threaten you, extort you, and, if possible, kill you. So when Obasanjo said he wanted to stop official graft, he created EFCC because Nigeria police is so corrupt that Obasanjo said he didn't trust them to fight official corruption in Nigeria. You know, Nigeria police is meant to be like the British or UK police, where inside that police, you have different division. You have the legal division, you have the homicide division, you have the financial crime investigation unit, you have missing people's unit, you have a counter-terrorism unit. In police, you have crowd control unit, you have animal control unit, you have all those units there within the police. But the unit you have in Nigeria is the extortive unit, which is just to extort people, mostly the innocent, and protect the criminals. Crimes of all of these political office holders, public officials, their crimes are perpetuated at the very presence of the Nigeria police. So which means now Nigeria police, they provide security for the criminals they should be arresting. So they then unleash the remaining crime on the people. So Obasanjo said he set up the EFCC specifically to stop the official corruption. But Obasanjo now turned them to his own attack dogs. He was going after corrupt people. Everyone Obasanjo went after with the EFCC were corrupt. And the Ribadu, that was the attack dog for Obasanjo at the time, is now working for the drug lord that he once investigated and said his crime life, Thiefnubu's crime life, is so legendary that every time you try to, when you get something here, it always leads to another one. When you find this crime here, it leads to another one. This same Ribadu is his national security advisor today. The irony. So the EFCC was to go after official corrupt people, indeed official corruption, corruption in the private sectors, where people are doing all these financial criminal dealings and all that could bring about economic ruin to Nigeria. They were to go after them. But that is not what they are doing. So the trend in the last 4 or 5 years is that the EFCC will go straight into an hotel, arrest everyone in the hotel, parade them as internet fraudsters. Okay, so go into people's estates, arrest everybody they see there. Okay, then until when the relatives of the arrested and displayed people will start showing up and say, no, Uche is not a fraudster. Uche is a cryptocurrency trader. This Uche is a website designer. Emeka is not a fraudster. That's all those things, right? Then they will begin to extort their families and say, listen, even if he is not, go and bring 100,000 naira. Go and bring 500,000 naira. Or else we are going to display your family member and say he's a criminal. So if you don't want your family members, if you don't want yourself to be displayed online, your names everywhere, you would have to settle them and go. And that is why EFCC has not been able to actually convict the real criminals, except for the soft targets who were supposed initially should have been the work of the police. But fine, the EFCC this time around are now doing the damages that so many people are now waking up to today. And I'm so happy and unhappy at the same time, okay? Because the damages that EFCC and some of these criminal organizations in Nigeria does to the Nigerians that are lifetime damages, right? Part of them, or the most worst of them, is the digital footprint that those information will leave behind, even when you have been long proven innocent. What do I mean by that? When EFCC arrests these people, like I said, they will publish all their names. EFCC will not come back and say, well, these ones, they were wrongly arrested and displayed. Here is a disclaimer. This person is not a fraudster. It was only caught during our investigation, blah, 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 and clear them. No, they don't do that. You'll be happy that you have been freed, okay? And then you are not doing time for a crime you didn't commit until there is a time for you to actually face the reality that there is nothing for you in Nigeria and you want to take your talent elsewhere. And you will need to have some interview. You will need to work with other people from outside Nigeria. And they begin to say, well, sorry, we found these so details that you are a fraudster and you were arrested at so time. We are sorry, we won't be able to continue. People's lives, livelihood, people's lives have been destroyed. Majority of them can't even come out to cry to you anymore. Who are you going to cry to? The same Nigerians, who are actually hoping that everybody will end up as poor as they are, as miserable as they are, because they are wondering, they can't feed, but you are in that Nigeria. You said you are building something. You are into tech. Which tech? All of us know, say all the tech people. You will see idiot that will tell you, and they say it to your face today. That is what I mean by the stereotyping, okay? Which has now led to the profiling of the young people. You will see mad people that will tell you to your face, my brother, leave that thing. All these tech boys. Who no say all this tech thing are yahoo. If you are watching me right now and you are into any tech project, what have you, right? Tell me you have never been told or you've never heard it from ignoramuses in Nigeria, miserable looking morons, right? Who are also pretty much like entitled, ignorance with entitlement. You know what I mean? Who will tell you about live story? Everybody they do tech. Who no say all you tech people now Yahoo you they do. How many of them? All of them now they say they do crypto. We know say now Yahoo you they do. Now Yahoo. DPO of a police station will say to your face, my friend, stop that nonsense. We know all these things is scam. We know everything is fraud. He didn't know anything, no. Police DPO, divisional police officer, will say to your face, they don't give a damn about what you do. You are holding a laptop, and you're kind of looking good. This is for people who are living in the real world. You will think they will not see those who are actually living on their own, who are living in their own hostel, on their own campus, in a university. University student is allowed to have a laptop. You are in college, you are in university. So laptop is a luxury. Driving a 2003 car, 2004 car, 20-year-old car, 19-year-old car is a luxury. What does that tell you? It tells you that they have already made an arrangement to ensure that you will end up poor. You cannot dream big. Now, you may not think that, okay, but there are Yahoo students in schools now. Now, this is where I'm coming. You will think the EFCC is going to be different from the police. Let's leave the fact that they are not going after the rogues that printed their 27 trillion and borrowed over 80 billion US dollars. Let's say they are not going after them for now. Let's just say they are professionals that are not breaking into your homes, that are not breaking your window to come into your house, except they have a very good intel, information that says, indeed, you are our man. The real technology to discover, government agents to discover where people are sending mischievous emails, text messages, and all of them. You have done your diligence investigation, Abi, and then you are going for your target. As EFCC, special commission put together to investigate financial crime. So you think they are not policemen? They will just say, everybody lie down. Everybody hands up. If person will not get hand, they say, I say hands up. I say, I lost my two hands when during the Boko Haram war. Are you sure? Hands up, my friend. Baba, officer, this guy no get hand now. You know, he no get hand. Which thing won't lift up? They will say, are you going to teach me my job? You want to teach me my job? Nigeria police, so we no get sense. So, but you think the EFCC is should be different, right? Going into a school, an institution where students are allowed to at least have laptops to save their own assignment. Do their assignment. This is 2023. Bridge. This is 2023. They cannot be lying to you that they want to give you a digital economy. They are building blue economy, digital economy, all those nonsense they are saying. But if you carry a laptop as a young person, you are an automatic Yahoo until you prove yourself not to be, which can indeed. But you know what they did? They went to the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile Ife. All right? And they started arresting all of the students there. All of them. 69 students. I mean, you know what they call it? Raid. They said it's a sting operation. Sting operation. And a sting operation means you have a very good intel. You have the people inside. You have the number of people you are looking for. Your informants are going to tell you all of the people you are looking for, they are now around. They are now in their hostel. Abi, is that not what is called sting operation? No. Because the EFCC, the person, this one, during this time, Maguluta Kruku with K. Maguluta Kruku with K under Buhari is a loyalist of Thiefnubu. before they kind of a boxing and put him inside the asshole rock cell, Maguluta Crook was at least that one out of the audacity that it was recovering loot. He was trying to arrest some past PDP, what do you call it, PDP political appointees and the rest, right? Then when they asked him for the money he collected from all of them, he has already stolen the money, relooted, no kobo, no shishi. That is Magu Lutakruku. So the EFCC will sell your properties if you don't want them to put your name and face out there. If you don't want them, may they give you a billboard to carry. 20 million, 30 million, 50 million, 100 million, 1 billion, 2 billion, 10 billion. Now so that they bill people, they collect the money. Take your properties here and there, no joke. Like I said, those are lifetime trauma too. And a lot of people can manage such trauma. Not, well, some people can, maybe not everyone can come back. A lot of people came back from the EFCC. They did nothing. After losing everything to them, because they didn't want their names to be published. They didn't want to be destroyed because of the threat of these criminals. And they do, you know what I mean? They lost everything. Some died in that EFCC. So what did they do? They went straight into the hostels and they asked everybody to march out. All of you out! Everybody out. And then immediately after that, they took their pictures, published all of their names as internet fraudsters that were caught inside OAU. And they were caught with laptops and phones and expensive cars. They said exotic cars. Now, take a look at this. University student, 400 level, 200 level, 300 level, right? That it is a crime to hold a laptop. And to be driving 20-year-old car. All of these are vibes because they expect everyone to actually be wretched. And if you are a student, they must still be feeding you at home. Where did you see money to buy a car? Now, they didn't have to investigate where you see money or not. You are already guilty until you prove that you are not a Yahoo boy. And the only way to prove that you are not a Yahoo boy is to bail yourself out. Yes. Then they said out of the 69 students that they kidnapped from their hostels, confiscated their phones and laptops, they said 57 of them or 58 of them have now been released because they are innocent. 11 are still being detained because they have a case to answer. The 11 will now be charged to court. But this is after. This is after they have published the name of the 69 students, their full government names as internet fraudsters. Their pictures splashed, right? Among those they kidnapped are award-winning students who have built technological, equipment as projects that has won them awards in and outside Nigeria. Honestly speaking, Obafemi Awolowo University, people were mad, like as if to say it is the first time the EFCC has been systematically destroying the lives of young people in southern part of Nigeria. People were even bragging they would never dare and try this in any part of northern Nigeria, and there will be no EFCC office for a very long time in northern Nigeria if they try this in northern Nigeria. They won't even mute the idea, but it has become the trend in southern Nigeria, especially in the last 5 years. These lads are going to graduate. They are going to pursue their careers for where it's going to take them all over the world. And they are going to constantly face this lifetime, lifetime digital footprint that they would have to continue to explain to everybody they come across, every institution they come across, every group or individual they come across for help or for anything. They will continue to explain to them that they were wrongly arrested, their names were wrongly published, because there are living victims today who are saying what just happened. A lot of Nigerians are not even paying attention, because to them, the stereotyping, the profiling is general. So nobody wants to challenge it. They have no idea what this damages is. They have no clue what this is going to cost those who come across these criminal institutions in Nigeria, who will just not only inflict physical trauma on you, they are going to leave you with psychological lifetime trauma that will continue to remind you of that day. And see, these were supposed to be the leaders of tomorrow. Sure, you understand? Finally, those 58, some of them had this to say when they were released.
Name, please. Yeah, I'm Obina by name. Department. Yeah, I'm from law. Part. No, law. I just finished from law. My order. I've done the okay. Chairman. David. Department. Biochemistry. Part 4. Name and department, please. Ade. Alimi Ajibola. Department. Medicine. Medicine and surgery. Part 2. Okay.
How was the experience for you inside? Did they beat you? Did they torture you? The psychological experience was damning. I'm so sorry about what you had to go through. How many students can you say were carried? About 69 of you were carried. I'm so sorry about what you had to go through.
Kingsley. Yes, I'm Emeka. Okay, department.
I'm a graduate of law. I'm a graduate from law faculty. Last year. I'm staying in Frankfurt State.
Name and department, please.
My name is Agism. I'm a medical student.
What part?
Part 4.
Alright. Name, please.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair.
Meanwhile, there is this guy called Yusuf Tijani. I think that is his name. He's their minister for communication, technologicals, whatever, and digital economy. Part of the new ministry created by Kolu Thiefnubu. The guy has been dressing smart. You know, he came from all these tech bros. Those ones who are building new tech solutions and all that. So he came from there. So it's to help Thiefnubu to build a tech economy. where the police are also existing. Tech economy, that young people with innovation, the world need, the ideas of new blah blah nonsense, that stuff. It's been everywhere. In that same country, Tijani couldn't probably tell himself the truth that the resources he wants to sell, or the resources he's selling, which is the Nigerian youth, the young people, they are the most endangered species in Nigeria today. They've always been anyway. But it's nothing to do with you. They don't give a damn about you. You are just statistics. You are just number, that is replaceable to them. But he's been fooling around. And some of these guys have been calling him Mr. Minister of Technology, or Mr. Minister of Digital Economy. Digital economy where you have to go digital. Or if they see you with laptop, you are a Yahoo boy. Is that a digital economy? Aben Tonrayi outside the EFCC before they release those guys.
A very unfortunate.
No.
And it's a violation of their human rights and also the violation of code of conduct of EFCC. Because you have assured us that this set of students that you took this morning were innocent. Why did you go ahead to publish their name? The PPR has confirmed again that they are innocent, and you went ahead to publish their name to extort them. We even heard that they demanded 100,000 naira each before they carry for them to sign an undertaking before they get them released. I will say it again that we are not living in Ibadan today without our students. Thank you very much.
And they eventually got their students. Ibadan EFCC, or your state, carried out a raid at night in Osun. Tell me more about a dysfunctional place, by the way, if Nigeria is not going to be part of the definition. Now, take a listen to the guy man that is parading himself as the Minister of Digital Economy. Listen to me. Every word that is going to come out of his mouth is a lie. I love to warn people ahead. No matter how kind of fancy whatever he says sound to you, okay? I just want you watching me right now, a young man watching me right now. Look at me very well, right? Yeah, straight. Good. Every word that's going to come out of this guy's mouth is a lie. But pay attention to what he's saying, and to the reality. You are a young person living in Nigeria. What he's saying, and to your reality. I'm coming back. It was also in the UK. It's still in the UK, by the way. It was here yesterday, selling the same lies, Bobo, when the resources, the young people that are going to be his main assets in whatever he wanted to sell are completely endangered in Nigeria, and they don't have any solution to get you out of it. Tijani?
The kind and good people of press, good afternoon. I think the update from our side at the Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, as it relates to our discussion at FED today, was largely based on the government's agenda to create decent and quality jobs for young people across the country. And as part of that agenda, if you've been following, you notice we've started on a new project that we call the 3 Million Technical Talent. And this is a program where we aim over the next 4 years to train 3 million technical talents, but also find sustainable ways to put them into jobs. This program was announced 2 weeks ago, and we're happy to announce that while we were targeting just 30,000 for the first batch, we've actually received an application of over 550,000 applications from across the country. I think the the spread of the application is also why we're extremely excited about this program. So we've been in deep conversations with state governors and different partner organizations. An announcement was made last week where IHS, one of the local infrastructure company, committed 1 billion naira towards the program. We've been to states like Cross River State. We've been engaging states like Kwara State, Ogun State, where we're looking to share some of their infrastructure in the process of being able to deliver this training program to this applicant. I think one thing that is important to note with why we're doing this is not just another training. We all know that technology under this government is becoming a major part of how we do things, how we reposition public services. But you can't really leverage technology if you don't have the talent to drive it. So for technology to truly work for Nigeria, we need a very deep workforce that can power our ambition. But the beauty also is that the world generally is adopting technology, and there's shortage of people and talent globally for this. Most of the European countries have challenges with aging population, which means they're looking to countries like Nigeria, where our population is over 60% young people under the age of 25. So we're looking at this program as not only providing opportunity for us to build our workforce locally, but to also become a net exporter of talent. We would like our young people who are technologically savvy to be able to work remotely for companies all over the world. And this is why we believe that this program is going to become a key game changer in the coming years. Thank you. Your question speaks to the reality of the world that we live in today, which is the fact that we're all connected. Our world is connected. It's a lot easier for people to acquire skill sets, but also find job opportunities digitally, which is a challenge for governments all over the world, not unique to Nigeria. How do you keep track of these individuals? But I think that question speaks to the progress that we've made. If I tie the answer to the question to the progress that we've made with the national identity number, which about now we've registered 90% adult, and in the application for this program that I was talking about, you had to, it was a condition that you must use your NIN number or your BVN number to actually be able to sign up for the program. So as government is investing in this program, we know these unique individuals that will benefit from the investment from government, which means we can follow their journey, right? As they need support, we can follow their journey. If there are opportunities for them to even acquire loans that they can use to support themselves while they're in the program, the government will continue to explore those opportunities. But the implication of that is that we can also then onboard them formally into the tax system, which is currently difficult to do when people work abroad and they work online. And that speaks to the second part of your question, which is what's the benefit to society. So we're not throwing this money in a basket. We're throwing the money to ensure that people are skilled, properly skilled, and that they're onboarded to be part of the digital global economy. And as they do that, they hence decent salaries, mostly in foreign exchange, in foreign currency. A lot of them will get the opportunity to bring that money back to the country. In the process of doing that, they will support themselves, their immediate family, but also contribute to the economy as well. So in terms of...
Nuisance Lele.
Abba Wireni, Tijani, or whatever. You know why I told you that everything coming out of his mouth, do not believe it. If you believe anything he says, I don't know how dumb person feel be, sha. If you say you have to repeat, don't believe, don't listen, don't whatever. What he is doing is what they are doing under Oshodi. If you want to go and do digital marketing, that they are selling things here and there, sure you get how to develop app, what kind of, should I go and do management course? Or should I go and do so course? They are looking for Kiara in the UK. Oh, they are looking for this so and so in America. Oh, Canada is looking for so and so. Maybe I should go and do so course and apply for this. Now, what the Minister of Nigeria is talking about, they will train you. Sure, you understand? They will train you how to do, go and do digital marketing, or go and do the same thing. That's the nonsense he's talking about. Well, anyway, that is not my own business for now. I am talking about a country whereby to actually do what he's saying, that by the time, because you can work remotely these days now, okay? Once you get a particular knowledge about something, right? You apply for the job. Even when you are in Nigeria. You should believe this I'm saying to you now. Nigerians who are in Nigeria, mostly young people, they are not just earning, they are paid in naira. They are also being paid in dollars, in euros, in pounds, in so many other currencies. Nigerians who are in Nigeria working remotely on different projects for different companies all over the world. Some of them they've never left Nigeria in the last 1 or 2 years, and they've been getting jobs. Their number one problem, no electricity. Second problem, there is no good internet. And then be like I don't go they mix them. Okay, but first, before I get to that of those who want to call them Yahoo, you need a very good internet. You need stable electricity. Despite the missing two, young Nigerians still in Nigeria, they are spending so much, okay, to meet up the requirement of different businesses all over the world, right? And in that same, in that same poor infrastructure country, they are still a target. So for those who don't want to go through Tijani to learn any marketing or how to get a job anywhere, you know what I mean, without leaving Nigeria, those who have already acquired those knowledge and talents, even though they are still students or they are already working on their own, once they see them with laptop, even people around them will be like, my brother, don't they deceive yourself? She not secretary job she is doing, that she is driving a Tesla. Do you think all of us are stupid? She's driving Tesla, and you are saying that she's a secretary to Kiniko, and she's doing crypto. So your neighbors who have already started profiling you, they will be looking for a day that the same EFCC, who is also going to feel like, where did you get money to buy Tesla? They won't do any investigation themselves. They won't trace any illicit money to you, because if they have done their investigation, they would have seen the source of your money. And they would have known you are into fraud, or what you are doing is anyway legit. They are the government agency, or they are not gossipers, so they are not what do you call it? Beer parlor gossipers. So if anybody is a suspect, they have all of the tools and resources to investigate the person and take them the day they have all their evidence. Abi? So your neighbor that have been suspecting you, you know they come up for house, but your rent, no, they miss. Anytime they want to do anything in the area, you are always contributing. You are changing your cars, and you say you are not a Yahoo boy. What are you doing in the house? Your generator is almost 20 hours or 24 hours always on. They don't know what you are doing. They are living in that darkness. How hell do you think would you want them to believe that you are not a Yahoo boy? Now, a government agent who have all the resources to check if you are actually a fraudster, okay? And you can actually be committing, even you see, despite the fact that you are making money legitimately, right? And this dump, would rather just come for what they can take from you or take everything from you, not because they want to prosecute you for any crime. But if they really want to do their job, instead of targeting that they want to rob young people of their money, right? They could actually go after them for paying or not paying taxes on all the money they are making. Now, that would be a crime. That would be legit. That would make something, even though it is still going to be a target. We are still going to claim that you are targeting them. But if you do that, that would be legit. They say, how much did you make from your gig last month? Oh, I made about 40,000 US dollars. Wow. Really? So tell me, what were the projects you did? Where I did this, I did that, and I got paid this. You know what I mean? I made 40,000. Your friends may not ask you, how much did you pay in tax in Nigeria? Now, if you are a real government agent for financial crimes or what have you, you can begin to go after them for not paying taxes, and then they can pay that. Sanitize the place instead of targeting them and making them your easy target, because Nigeria is a crime scene, by the way. So these young people, they don't really have that chance. Listen to this same Tijani who flew to UK yesterday to come and tell the same lies. in the face of those who invited him. Minister of Communication Nigeria, Minister of Digital Economy Nigeria, but the Digital Economy Nigeria, the security agent, the EFCC, they have phobia for laptop. They have phobia for phones. They have phobia for young people looking well. And because they have no idea what they are doing on that laptop, they are all yahoo yahoo. But their minister is in the UK telling them our government project, our government plan, I'm all weary.
Good morning. I'm deeply honored to address this prestigious gathering. And of course, I'd like to appreciate our host for extending the invitation for Nigeria to be part of this special occasion. As we gather today, we must acknowledge that our world is experiencing significant transformation driven by the increased application of digital technologies. These new technologies have ensured that access to information is increasingly ubiquitous while creating an extensive and interconnected web of networks. By democratizing access to knowledge, we now have a golden opportunity to share information, experiences, and also competencies in a revolutionary manner that allows us to empower communities and nations that are traditionally unserved or underserved. In this digital age, technological capability is not limited by geographical or socioeconomic classification. In fact, technological advancements now travel rapidly at the speed of light within networks, in turn, creating platform for smart application of technologies that transcend borders, making it a powerful force for global economic development. As we enter into a new age of greater possibilities with artificial intelligence, we have now been empowered to aggregate, process, contextualize knowledge that enables us to tackle complex societal and business challenges with very unique insights and intelligence that have previously been unavailable to us. AI, at its very core, offers our generation a historical opportunity to create ubiquitous access to insight and intelligence for global development. However, we must remain conscious of the need to ensure the safe, ethical, and inclusive development of this phenomenon. We must take necessary steps to prevent the disenfranchisement of people due to unpleasant experiences and abuse and also misuse. This risk can further exacerbate existing socioeconomic inequalities that limit the significant impact that AI brings to our world. We must therefore ensure that the benefits of AI are accessible to all without discrimination or exclusion. By doing this, we will create a world that presents opportunity as a collective birthright and not as a privilege for a select few. As we do this, we will leverage the true transformative power of artificial intelligence for the common good of humanity. In conclusion, let me reiterate the need for us to embrace the extensive opportunities AI offers to us to create a more inclusive and prosperous world. We must, however, be mindful to do this with a clear and intentional commitment to deploy in a safe and responsible manner. Working together as a global community, we will shape a future where AI becomes the tool for economic empowerment, improved quality of life, and global unity.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
Just so kind of you remember, okay? Bosun Tijani, I said Tijani Yusuf. I don't even know why I had to use it both. Like instead of Bosun, I used to call him Bosun. How's Bosun fooling himself about? Filling up the quota system ministerial appointment. Because they said they wanted to do something called blue economy, digital economy, and whatever other nonsense that they kind of catch during their campaigns. So that's Bosun fooling himself about. How many of you remember it's a pandemic? You remember? No? Isa Patantami. Isa Pandemic. Isa Pandemic was Nigeria's Minister of Communication too. He was the one listening to our calls, our text messages, our WhatsApp, our, social media interactions and all of that. A terrorist apologist. Terrorist apologist was in charge of Nigeria communication. But this time around, they added that communication to this quota system minister, Bosun, who has been yarning up pata, word salad, ridiculous people. He knows what he's doing. Because in Nigeria, ladies and gentlemen, there is no plan to build any or increase any technological whatever. I am more worried for those who are going to get caught up with your talents, with the kind of resources that is so embedded in you. And one single visit from these rogues, EFCC, Abidia police or wherever, can mess up your life, can mess up the rest of your life. And that is why you should always pray, may Nigeria not happen to you. I don't wish it on even people I don't like. I don't. Okay? It is a strange place. Head of state, Sultan of Sokoto, descendant of Uthman Dan Fodio, has responded to our complaint of inviting a wanted Islamic fundamentalist, Nike Kain or whatever. Here is what the Sultan of Sokoto, head of state of Nigeria, had to say. But his voice is shaking. What are people rumba weary? Come like say the weary, they kind of waiting they talk. You invite everybody who want to invite. And it's not anybody can do about it. She Sultan Lele Yabi Sultan. Because I remember that my late nephew, Sultan of Sokoto, Sultan. Whoa, this one, Sultan Lele, Sultan. That Sultan, that my own nephew. I remember how he used to talk when he's scared. She Sultan Walele, Omotman Dan Fodio, I won't weary.
And I have said, haven't been given 10 minutes. I will use my 10 minutes. But the point is that we have no apology to anybody that we invited one of our own as a Muslim preacher to come and talk to us about Islam and the Quran, and we'll do it again and again. Because we believe in what we tell one another. We have to tell ourselves the home truth. The doctor just said we have to tell the truth if it's against you or your parents or your friends. So we want to thank you most sincerely.
But some people talk saying that the bed sheet they enter in throats. I was like, you are so rude. Don't say that about the Sultan. Because that's their Sultan. No. His name supposed to be, no be Sadat to Abubakar, be whatever. It should be Sultan Uthman Dan Fodio of Sokoto. That's Sultan. No. Talk baby shit, sorry. Apologies to my friends who are Muslims, because I don't want something that will just trigger you now, because it's not intentional. What I'm trying to say is that you have Muslims, well, is your leader in Nigeria. So, but he just told us there, they will invite anybody they want. Yeah, Mr. Sultan, invite everybody you want. Okay? And the only way you will never see people like us say much is when you have your own Arewa Republic. You get what I mean? Or you have your own Nigeristan. If you like, you can go and bring Osama bin Laden. You can go and bring anybody you want to come and teach you your Quran. But when we know the for those who have suffered the consequences of your terrorism, Mr. Sultan, because see, somebody said, in fact, I'm gonna, somebody said, Allah Akbar, kini. Sultan, we wanted to bring Dr. Naiki to Nigeria, that terrorist that is on tour. We wanted to bring him to Nigeria every 2 months so that people can be crying. We can be seeing more tears. Look at these unfortunate people. Because you no get sense. Take a look at what terrorism has done to Nigeria. Look at the region that has suffered, that has been crying blood, that has lost so much to Islamic terrorism in Nigeria. Northern Nigeria. Look at the region where innocent people have been killed and slaughtered in the name of Saudi Allah. These terrorists too. And the effect of those who have now kind of established the Ministry of Terrorism, whereby terrorism has become a business. Look at those who are in captivity of terrorists today. Which region? You want people to cry. It is the effect of people like that who come around to brainwash many of you. At least they are shipping many of you. Sharia not. I'm glad that the people of the North Central kind of, the Middle Beltons, they're not a waste time. Now they are like completely different. I mean, distancing themselves from this terrorist. So Sultan can have the 11 states, Sokoto, Borno, where again, Yobe, where is that? All those places share for 11 states that share border with Niger. To go and do your Nigerian stand there. If you like, you can bring Osama. You can bring anything you want. You can bring anybody who won't come read anything to your kids. But as long as they enjoy, what do you call it? You are still enjoying the freebies that you are getting from Nigeria. Once you bring any terrorist, every of your action will be treated with suspicion. Do you understand that? It's not tears, because it's actually your blood, the free flow of blood from that part of Nigeria that has now enveloped the rest of Nigeria today. Terrorism. When I was growing up, I don't know if I was able to, if I could even be able to pronounce terrorism. Terrorist. I don't know if it was a strange word. I mean, sorry, strange word rather. But today, terrorism is like normal. You call it jihad, and you know the closer to terrorist. You call other people infidel. And somebody who came around to call your people infidel. Since you are already calling other Nigerians infidel, so why won't your sultan tell us that there's nothing you can do with his shaky voice? Like somebody will be say he's so scared to even say it. They call him head of state, head of terrorist gang, the sultan of Sokoto. Because while you are busy glamorizing, glorifying terrorism through religion, grandstanding, saying that people were converting to Islam. Here is another thing. I'll tell you this one. Say northern Nigeria is part of Nigeria, Abi. In Nigeria, the law says you can be anything you want. True story. That's what their law says, but that is not true. However, you can be a Christian, you can be a Muslim. In southern Nigeria, you can be a Christian and convert to Muslim, and immediately they will start calling you Ajia or Alaji or Afa, or you pick a name. You can be a Muslim and then convert to Christian, and they'll start calling you Pastor. Pastor Abdullah, Pastor Hakim, Jesu Bogo. Most of us in Yoruba land, we do that anyway, And there will be nothing. Some people will be like, thank Jesus, thank you, Lord. I got saved. Himself, Pastor Jesu Bogo will come and tell you that God saved me. I met the Lord. I have been to Mecca. And they will be talking after the Muslim, Islam is not the way. It's not, you know what I mean? And there will be no wahala. Baba. If you go to northern Nigeria, it is welcome for you to convert from Christianity to Islam. You will be celebrated like, you know what I mean? Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, rabbil alamin, alhamdulillah. My dear brothers and sisters, you can never change from Muslim to Christian in northern Nigeria. you are dead. And I'm not making this up. Inside Nigeria, maybe some of you don't know, you are dead. No, you are dead. You have heard about some people, some of these stories from other places, like where they are religious fanatics like that, Abi. Now, this terrorist that Sultan brought to Nigeria, they are already celebrating that people have now converted from Christianity to Islam after they met with him. And he quoted Bible and Quran to convert them. And that's one of the things they kind of, this hypocrite, that's one of the things they love about the terrorist sympathizer. In Kano, 2 people, Shena 2, I be 9. That's not 2. They converted from Islam to Christianity. Now Sharia court sentenced them to death. In Nigeria, Sharia court sentenced them to death for being alleged before. When they call themselves pastor, I'm just saying. Just about 2 weeks ago, in that same Kano, a young man raised alarm, asking people to help him, that some people are planning to kill him. When the guy shared the post, all of the comments under that guy's post, 99% of them were typed in Hausa, Fufude, not in English. And guess what? 99% of those people there, like I said, they were all threatening him. You deserve to just die now. You deserve to just, like, how dare you? How dare you say you want to be a Christian? In Nigeria, I'm not making it up. Abubakar Seidu. You can't change your name to Victorious Esikaya. Omakaya Soroni, like it is like a death sentence, and there is no Nigerian constitution that has actually, none of them has ever been challenged. Challenged. That is where the bedsheet wearing sultan of terrorist is saying that we can invite anybody that we want, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. There's nothing we'll do about it, but we tell you that we don't know the ticket or the lie you are selling to your fellow jihadists and terrorists that are scattered all over the world. And some people may be calling you the head of the Muslims in Nigeria, okay? The truth of the matter is that you are the head of the jihadist Muslim in your Arewa and your, your Nigeristan. And only time we tell you, if you are not reading the room, Nigeria is not going to exist forever. And then sooner or later, we will not have to worry about whoever you bring to your place. Because as you are continually seeing your own children being recruited into Boko Haram, being given guns to kill their own people, as you are glorifying that, or you are kind of protecting that, your neighbor, Niger Republic, very small place, were poor, made poor by France. They just opened the new refineries when other on-boot slaves, sophisticated demorons, batty idiots, the Agbadorians, as you can see, most of them, right? As they are praying for Nigeria to be great, for Thiefnubu to it's so mad, right? Take a look at Niger Republic. Comment tout appelle no be English. So if you don't understand French, don't worry yourself. Me to know I don't understand French, but I know they're blind. I can see what I can see. More looking together.
La signature du contrat de partage de production en 2008 a permis d'engager des travaux de recherche ayant abouti à la découverte de plusieurs gisements sur le bloc d'Agadem, ce qui a permis au Niger d'augmenter sa capacité de production de 20 000 barils par jour à partir de 2011 à 110 000 barils par jour à partir de 2023. À cet effet, plusieurs travaux ont été réalisés pour la première étape de la mise en production de la phase 2 du bloc d'Agadem. Ces travaux englobent le forage de plusieurs centaines de puits de développement et la construction de nombreuses installations de surface au niveau de 3 principaux groupes pétroliers, Koulélé, FJD et Dibela. Il s'agit de 2 centrales de traitement préliminaire du pétrole brut ou Central Processing Facilities, CPF, à Goumeri et Koulélé. 3 stations de traitement ou Field Processing Facilities à Sokor, Faringa et Dougoul. Une station de déshydratation de pétrole brut à Dibela. 7 stations de surpression à Agadi BS, Gololo BS, Fana, Koulélé et Dibela. Mais également 6 OGM ou collecteurs de pétrole brut venant des puits. Ce sont toutes ces installations de haute qualité de traitement du pétrole qui concernent la mise en production de la phase 2 du bloc d'Agadem, dont la cérémonie de lancement sera présidée par le Premier ministre de la Transition, Ali Mohamed Lamine Zen, le mercredi 1er novembre 2023 sur le gigantesque site pétrolier de Koulélé dans le bloc d'Agadem, région de Difa. La signature du...
Amen. I told you, it looks good. I mean, it looks good, doesn't it? And you are watching from Nigeria, and you are still praying, while the rest of the criminals in Nigeria are buying themselves cars with borrowed money. Niger Republic asked China to build them another standard refinery if China want to have access to their resources. And that's it. It took them about 3 years to build and complete that refinery. Right? Dangote refinery. Those that call you enemy of Nigeria. Dangote refinery, we are still praying for it to come alive. 5-10 years to today. Una go still they wait for Dangote refinery. I'm not cursing you. I'm not, nobody's how they curse you. But I know say some of you just don't like the truth. You love it when they lie to you and they come back and say, but the reason why that lie we told you didn't work is because we did not tell you that it was a lie. So now we are telling you that it no be lie again. So we'll come back and see later. So yeah, you give them that. Yeah. You love being told lies. Right? There is no Dangote refinery, kaka. 5 years, it's ni. Go see Dangote refinery. But you will know later, don't worry. There's no rush for that. So yeah, continue praying while others are going to continue to feast on your miserable enablement, enabling criminals, and then turning yourself to prayer warriors. Niger Republic is already selling oil to Nigeria anyway, sure you know, because Nigeria will go there and use their refineries. When by the time they come back to Nigeria, they are neighbors, so they're just 4 hours drive. Oh, how many hours drive? 4 hours or 5 hours drive. Aha. From Niger to Nigeria. Yet, Nigeria couldn't make a single refinery work, not even build a new one from scratch. And I mean, I don't know. Well, few days ago, I told you, sometimes when I tell you information, what could not they use them? Because you have no idea what and when you're going to need them. A few days ago, I told you that they are having an election in IMO State this Saturday. Hang on, no. Today is Wednesday, 2nd, okay, 4th, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, Saturday, in 2 days' time. That is why they beat up the NLC chairman. What do they call it? Ajero or something, I don't know. This man. They beat him up in Imo State yesterday. It was bad. Now, he's been kind of flown abroad to go and get treatment. When they saw Hopeless Uzodimba, would you president to your long? We'll tell ourselves the truth. Oh. There are some certain things we say if you radicalize person. Oh. I only know that me by you now. On top waiting, where I no go content to shame you need the allergy shekau. What you know man now? That is the president of almost 10 million workers in Nigeria on the right. The person who see me them beat him now in there on the left is the governor of a state. And according to him, oh, sorry, it's November 11th next week. No, it's going to be from 4th to 11th anyway. So, see what we're normal now. They said because he was coming in against court order. They said there is a court order that said they should not protest, even though the workers in that state have not been paid for over 20 months now. So then, the NLC chairman decided to go and see them, give them the moral booster, okay, as the leader of all workers, show some support. Now they are saying that the man needs medical treatment. They are going to fly him out of Nigeria. The usual, typical, right? So, but the elections is meant to be, I was thinking it was on the 4th, though. It's 4th now, it's not 11th. Who said 11th? I know that they have booked all of the hotels in Owerri from the 4th to 11th of November. You know what I mean? So, well, if you are from Owerri and you know that it is 11th, okay, 11th. Thank you. So it's next week, right? But see what they have now committed. I mean, kind of, they are now putting people through then. Because you know what Hopeless Uzodimba did? Yeah, they kind of sent a letter to all of the hotels in in Owerri. And they told all of them that the government is booking all of the hotels and they don't want them to book in any guests. And some of these hotels have actually taken bookings. Sure, you get, like people who have events in that place, who have something to do and all that. The state government said they don't want the hotels to be given out. So they are going to use the state money to pay for 1 week from the 4th to the 11th. 1 week of all of the rooms, all of the hotel rooms in the state capital, Owerri. Now, what happened now is that they said the government college, I've been against government college of Owerri. They want to do, they are coming home to do their 50 years anniversary. 50 years of, like, old student association, 50 years of our school and something like that. They've already booked some of them. They've already booked some of the hotels, only for them to arrive, for those who are flying to Nigeria. And here is their own culture shock. Which one? Wait, we will call this one now.
A very unfortunate incident is taking place at Marriott Hotel, Prettier, Owerri, where reservations for girls of Federal Government Girls College Owerri who had come in for their 50th global reunion and who had reservations at the hotel were left disappointed. What we heard was that in spite of the reservations that had been made several months before this date, at the last minute, the hotel management gave away the reservations to politicians who came in, leaving many girls, old girls of Federal Government Girls College Owerri, stranded at the lobby. No place to sleep, no place to stay, completely disenchanted with the management of Protea Hotel, Marriott in Owerri. It is, to say the least, very disappointing that a hotel chain known globally as Marriott could play this very unhospitable hand to their clients.
Sorry, ma'am. Welcome to Nigeria. And welcome to Owerri, where the Supreme Court governor of Owerri is trying to sort of act his coronation. Sure, you get. So I didn't want any interference and all that. But again, to all of you who are from Kogi State, Yeye Bello has decided to do the same thing too. I just thought I should tell you. If you are planning your school girls reunion or family reunion, and you would have to travel from Canada, from America, from the UK, from all over the world to return back to the Lokoja state capital, they themselves are doing what Oples Uzodimba is doing. They are booking the entire hotels in Lokoja a week before the election as well. So if you get any of those things planned, go and check the date of their elections and check the date of your program, and also check the date of your flight. Say, wow. And that is where I am going to draw the curtains tonight. Even though, you know, I wish I could share the rest of what I have as well. But again, my time is so up. So I'm going to purpose on a short hold, okay? Go make myself another cup of tea. And when I get back, I will take calls briefly tonight. Don't go anywhere. Now, I have a caller who is going to be my first caller tonight. So, hello there.
Hello, my general, my doctor, my Yokon general.
The African Wahala.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You?
Yeah. Yes, this is your brother, the African Wahala.
Amazing, Baba. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, bro.
Brilliant.
Yeah, shout out to the members of the Temple of Truth. I wanted to share a quick story. You know, when you spoke about those students from OAU Ife, there was a similar case in UNAB, Abeokuta. By the way, that's the school that I attended. This happened about 3 years ago. So these students, final year students, they were in their hostel, and then the murderous criminals called DSS went to their hostel and kidnapped about 5 of them. Keep in mind, one of these guys had his final exams the next day, the very next day. So they took them to Ashiru and, you know, arrested them, booked them in, forced them to pay bribes. This guy ended up missing his, it was a presentation for a seminar. That's what he was working on his computer. Presentation for his final project. So you wouldn't believe it that this guy actually got so sad and depressed and he took his life. He committed suicide. So, I mean, it's so sad how people are degraded in Nigeria. And I just hope at some point, everybody can get as angry as many of us are already. And we can just dabaru everything. We just need to go out on a long protest, if possible, non-stop, no matter what anybody says. Go out there on a long protest for months. At some point, these criminal police and soldiers, they will join us. They don't have a choice. If we have millions of people on the streets, it will eventually yield a result. That's what I personally believe, because I don't know any.
Yeah, we are living in a world where when it is not happening to me, then it's none of my business. Is that not the world we are living in today?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the world.
People have been so desensitized of the danger that is lurking around them because it is yet to happen to them. Therefore, it's the business of those who are the victims until everybody actually knows that we are all victims, isn't it?
Yeah, until it starts happening to people and it happens to someone close to them, and it can happen in many fashions, in many forms. But thank you for your time, my brother. Thank you for your great presentation. Thank you for not being tired. Because honestly, talking about these Nigerian stories, I observe the way you present sometimes, and you just be like, oh God, fact. Anyways, it's tiring.
When you want to say lots, and then you just feel like it's the word are just not coming, and you want to say a lot. I just feel like, man.
Honestly,
Well, thank you.
Honestly. Thank you, my brother.
Cheers, Oba.
Yes, sir. Blessings, bro. Yes, sir.
So I have another call on the line.
I want to say
hello there.
Hello, Maegun the General.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Hi. Well, not too bad, apart from cold weather, but we're hanging in there.
Oh, of course, you should.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Our second emotion forwarded by the African Wahala. I kept saying, and I keep saying, and I'll continue to say it until it becomes like organic. You don't have to do any meeting. Everybody just come out. People just come out. That guy that went to Owerri or wherever I got beat up, he deserved it because I knew something was up. How many times have they tried to call what do you call it, strike? And last minute, oh yeah, we're giving them some time. I knew somebody was being paid off. Somebody was being paid off at the expense of Nigerians or the workers. So he decided. They didn't even beat him enough. They're supposed to break one of his leg.
Really? And you will be cool with that. But look at those breaking his leg. Would you say they are his friends kind of beating him up? So it's not for our business, right?
Okay. If they put you in a position to lead people, don't go behind their back and get bribed and deceive them. About you will say man.
Then what use?
Okay. So what? So then break his leg. So the reason why I've actually called was one of your podcasts a couple of days ago. I saw this guy talking about how they use is it 60 million to buy a car, and he was defending himself. Yeah, he was defending himself. And he goes like, you don't know. When I go to my hometown, the roads are so bad. I'm like, oh, okay. So is that our fault that the roads are bad? And if you want to do the right thing, why don't you tell whoever is giving you the loan, Your Excellency, put all the money together. Let's fix this road. Then the car will come later. But as usual, the journalist, the dumbass journalist sitting in there, they can't ask questions. Because my question would have been, your minister, whatever you call yourself, you have a beautiful house, your roof is leaking, but you decide to go and buy expensive furniture. Is that possible?
Does that make sense?
Won't you fix the roof first before the furniture? I'm tired of Nigeria. I'm tired.
We all are.
I'm tired.
Just wish that it will be collective and organic, like you said. So that we can get
People are behaving like they don't have common sense, even though they say common sense is not that common. But I don't know. Anyway, my ego. Thank you for your.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much for what you're doing. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
And you too, sir. Take it easy, all right? So I have another caller, by the way. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, boss.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm fine, sir. This is Benjamin.
Sir, it's good to hear from you again anyway. So yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Calling from Cyprus, and I'm one of your biggest, not followers.
Not just the
one of the
biggest.
One of the biggest. In fact, I've fought so many people here, even in Cyprus here, and each time they see me, they call me by the name Mayogo, but I don't give a damn.
And it is worth it,
honestly.
Baba. It is worth it. Walk with your head, your own head high, Baba, and show the high too.
My anger, it's just like you are saying, just like somebody just said recently. One idiot, Yil Edoche, coming on a national TV, accusing Arise TV that is insulting somebody, that Tinubu didn't remove I said, is this guy breathing from his nose? Are you breathing from your nose when you hear somebody saying it live? And you are saying all sorts of rubbish that this guy is this guy is this. When they have been doing this, their same thing, the same way, where are we? They've led us to where we are today.
That's right.
The journalists that they are saying that Rufai is not a good journalist, no, he's not a good journalist. The ones that have been saying it, have been doing it right. Where are we today?
You understand? It is called character assassination. See, if you can't, people do it a lot. You know that, Benjamin, right? You know, if you are saying something now, you just drop some facts now, okay? Now, because I don't have anything to counter, if I don't have anything to counter that fact, I'll begin to attack you. Even you, Benjamin, what are you doing in Cyprus? Even you yourself, are you a saint in Cyprus? And you'll be like, hello, excuse me. We're not talking about me. We're talking about what is going on. Why me?
What is going on?
Don't have answer.
What is going Baba, me, I not gonna lie, I don't do that country. After I graduated 2006, I started teaching in 2017, a teacher, until I got to Cyprus. Present by the grace of God, now I have my own company here by the grace of God. And through skill work, just through skill work, I was able to establish here in Cyprus. But after getting all of these things, everybody's running. When, okay, if you have made money here, now you want to go and establish some of these things that have been, where do you take it to? You want to go back home, you are scared. Okay, sometimes you want to go back and go and hire this so-called idiot police nonsense to come and be protecting you. How long?
You'll be lucky if they are not the one that will actually lead you to people who go take you, so that they can take the money from you too.
Baba, they pay me. It is paying me bastardly. As in, sometimes when you talk, okay, even like your 2 days program, I was like, I just did where they say, God, how when we will reach, when we will say, okay, Baba, make we stop. Make we now continue. Make everybody even come back. You see, if no one kill once, make we not kill. Because the problem is, if Nigeria never happened to that person, they really feel the vibes.
They don't believe, say, things can be that bad. And that breaks my heart, right? Things must not happen to you before you will believe they are happening.
No. See, NLC, a president of over how many thousands of workers? They beat them. Nobody. Thiefnubu never talk A. Oh, you say incorrect.
They just don't like the person.
One day, no, that state is my state. I have a house there, but I can't go. Each time I come back, I stay in Abuja. I stay in Abuja. Is that supposed to be? Every year, if I go back to Nigeria, I can't go to my village because I'm scared.
And the person behind the whole insecurity is the governor. Look at this. The governor said the man was not supposed to be there. Then beat him up because he not supposed to be there because the governor said that. The same governor will not protect anybody in that same state.
You can't protect anybody. Can you imagine? Can you? The thing is a shame. It's a shame. Each time I see Nigerian problem, it shame me. It shame me.
Benjamin.
But yeah, I agree to you, sir. We could just continue. God will give us way out, because they happy. How long will they foreign man, white man say when they give us as a second, we are not even respected.
Benjamin, we did places where we say normally they judge us by the color of our skin, right?
By the color of our skin,
even the people where they judge you with the color of your skin, self, not to care about your skin anymore, self. They are more interested in what you want to offer. And if you get something to offer, then go pay you, treat you fine, and live your life normally.
Yes.
But where you come from, you you are being scrutinized, screened, and say who you are, where are you? Are you Igbo or Yoruba or Hausa? And we are deceiving ourselves, Abi.
Baba me, as in I don't understand. I don't just understand. And this funny enough, some of our elites back home, they are also so blindfolded because of their selfish interests, because of one useless appointment.
They are not blindfolded. They are not blind. They know what is going on.
You will start the talk nonsense. Recently, they were saying as in Lagos, the money they give Tinubu, they are all suffering. All of them are also crying. I say, yes, good though. But we do like spending the money too. Well, it's also biting on us.
Everyone is feeling
because the normal money you'll be sending before, the normal money everybody is sending before is no longer enough. For those of us that have parents there, if you are sending, maybe you are sending 200 or you are sending 150 before, it's no longer. Bag of rice now is 52,000. So, Egon, I beg, God will just help us, sir.
Benjamin. We'll keep talking and we'll keep reminding ourselves until when we have enough number of people that will actually say, "Oh my, enough," and not just say it, act it. I have a hello there.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. I deal with you.
Thank you. How are you, sir? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
Is that Benjamin still, right?
Yeah, but let me cut.
I actually thought I've lost you, so I thought I've taken another one. Anyway, stay safe, Baba. Okay, take it easy. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you
too. Yeah. You see, there's this is my caller that used to kind of, they will get in and they will get out. I kept it's like they're eluding me. Now I got that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Bye.
What am I doing? Okay. I think I finally got it. So I was expecting Benjamin to kind of end the call, even though I kept mixing it up. But eventually I got another caller. So hello there. Baba.
God go bless you.
Amen. And you too.
The last time I called you, I'm calling from Texas.
Yes.
Texas is a bit cold now, but we they manage.
We are getting there too in Glasgow. It's like, the summer is over. Everybody should start packing up like that.
Honestly.
But we will survive. One of the reasons why I am so angry with what they are doing with Nigeria years back, still very much angry, is the fact that, a lot of us who left Nigeria, we had this high hope. Those who left because of education, those who left for greener pasture, we all have this kind of hope that when we reach and achieve what we dream to achieve, we're going to go back, we're going to open companies, going to build houses, you're going to meet people, but they are now denying us all of that now. In fact, they don't want us to come back anymore. And that's...
my own contribution is, the last time I called, I was telling people that the person that is in Aso Rock, people think that is a Democrat. Some people are deceiving themselves. I have told them that this guy, number one, is a devil's incarnate. They don't believe me. I used to tell my
Democrat,
friends.
devil's incarnate.
And number two is a dictator in Agbada.
Right.
this guy will do what he wants to do. He will do what he wants, and nothing will happen. Look at Nigerian army now. Nigerian army, they said there's something called Tinubu, whether it's Tinubu allowance or something.
No. I heard that.
Yeah.
Well, it is that at 5,000 naira now. You know that extra 35,000 naira he announced that they will pay people for 6 months.
Yes.
Now they are now saying that they have started paying the money. Others are saying they have not started receiving their own. But now they themselves are saying that they don't have enough money to pay for 6 months too. But they will try and make sure say they pay. In case if you no come certain months, maybe people no worry. And because say the money never did. But scam man long gone. Aye.
Na Nigeria now. And another thing we say, all the Nigerian parastatals, whether they be army or they be navy, Tinubu go do, he go use money to feed them. Once you know, say they want to buy yacht now, yacht for navy, people they shout. I'm telling you, they will buy that yacht.
They will buy it, oh. I 100% believe it, oh. They will.
Nothing will happen.
They have already tested the water. By the time they write the 2027 budget, they will give it a different name. It's not going to be presidential yacht. It's going to be a different name, but they will buy it. Trust, Baba. I know
now,
that.
He has settled the Senate. They said that is how he operates. I've told these people, they don't want to believe me. Tinubu will settle all the stakeholders that he knows that they can talk, they can shout. He will all the TV stations, all the radio stations, the Senate, House of Rep. He will buy all of them. When he has done all of that, all the one that he's doing now, he's still doing his grand work. That's what people don't know. When he has done all this grand work and he has completed it, INEC is already done. Forget that INEC.
You are following that of INEC, Abi? They appointed Wike's cousin as the rec commissioner for River State.
INEC is already done. That one is done. But he's dealing with Navy, he's settling all of them one by one. He has put all his key allies in there. People that he knows that he put this Yoruba guy in this custom. He's putting, if you look at all the people he has appointed, they are people that he knows that when, even if you want to bomb, nothing will happen. That is what he's doing now. The judiciary now, he has crawled into the judiciary. Before you know it, the judiciary is done. The next thing that will happen in Nigeria is if people are not careful, if you talk anything, whether now about Obasanjo or they say they are very fair, before you know, they will just pack all of them. By the time they pack all of them and it is done with Nigeria, my brother, they should go and look at the model of Lagos that all of them are talking about.
And they
just take out the Lagos
what they ask. What I mean, they say be careful of what you wish for.
Yes.
Now they have it.
Even the people that say they voted him in, I'm telling you, a bag of rice, the last caller said is about 50-something thousand.
Yes.
$1 is about $1,178 at this morning. People's lives are miserable. I'm telling you. People are suffering. Before I used to have hope in Nigeria. Look at FBI. FBI released the record of Tinubu. They redacted some his name and all of that.
Yeah.
That is to tell Nigerians that how can you have a president? You don't know his father. You don't know his primary school. You don't know his secondary school. You don't know his friends. You don't know anything. You don't have a record. And you are deceiving yourself. That's the kind of person Pablo Escobar.
That will have passion for you. Now he has passion for you.
Oh my God.
He cares about you.
Nigerians have made a big mistake. And the thing is, the Western country, because of the influence he has in Africa, they cannot talk too much.
But what influence? Is it money? Because talking about influence, he has no personal influence on Africa. You know what I mean? He has no real influence. You can't say this is a personality that you can say, oh, he's like a Mandela or he's like who else again? No, like he has no personality. Is it the money that he's ready to blow?
No. It's not because he has money or his personality. Those things don't really matter. Right. But he controls the largest army in Africa.
Right. Right.
And that is the problem right there for this Western country. If anything happens to Nigeria, Africa is finished.
That is an influence. I get you now. I get you.
So, Tinubu, right now, America knows that, well, she be the man corrupt, he rigged election. Whoa, they will leave him for now. There's nothing we can do. We know we have something on him, but right now, he get Nigerian Army, he get Nigerian Air Force, he get Nigerian Navy. So he get all these things for in hand. If you just press the button like this, everything goes scatter. And you know, say Nigerian Army as they just lie low. They are very, very, people don't know what they are dealing with. Extrajudicial killings. When you look at the history of Nigerian Army, you know they are very, very brutal. Very, very. Look at N5b, for instance. That one is just unprofessional. They killed people. They took their bodies. They buried them. No traces. And that is how they have always operated. That is why the Biafrans are shouting. Because they know what they did to them.
They killed 1,471 Shiites in a space of 2 days in Kaduna. This one was like a pure killing. Oh, guess what? El Rufaya provided them land where they used for mass grave, right? So at first they said, no, how can they kill for 1,004 something Derora? That's an exaggeration. Nobody was killed. Oh, well, it's only about 12 people died. But when the inquiry that now came, discovered those grave sites, about 10 of them that they dug and dumped their bodies, children, women, everything there. They now said, boy, it's not 1,400 and something. It's only 800 people that died. 800 human beings. Baba, pack 800 human beings. Put them inside a stadium, one section of a stadium, and tell me, say, you don't go no see people sit down there. 800. Nigerian Army, they made all the bodies disappear in a shallow grave. That's actually a fact.
If you know, say Obasanjo and Tinubu, they get problem. All these ones where article they do, when we say that they go US, that they go court, that they find information, find evidence. Those ones too, they get their own agenda.
Of course.
Tinubu says, where they tackle them, you know, say, two elephants, they know their face.
Abi now. No, it's all about let the best and the most violent rigger win. That's usually the tradition of the election, but they come with their agenda. Now, this will be the come spoil business. Normal. It would have been Atiku and Tinubu, and by now, everybody go don't forget. Now, be there, come spoil business with they want everything to be probed and investigated. Now, there
you know why I love the obedience. You see, the thing where Nigeria do their grandfather, you understand? Then Nigeria don't do to their father. So the children where the father come born
today,
Nigeria won't do that same thing to the children, but the children, they don't advance past Nigeria.
But the old criminals don't use experience, beat them.
Experience. They use experience for them once, but Yoruba people go say, "Oh, want to jello." But there will be a rematch,
a replay. Okay, but that replay may not be election, or it may be another thing entirely that the entire system is not even prepared for. My own theory.
See, the day Nigerians will decide that it's either 2 ways. It's either the election. I don't know whether it's 2027 or they might postpone it. Or it depends on Nigerians how they want to decide their own future. It is not we in the diaspora that will decide for them.
No.
The Yoruba people go say, "Oh, to sue me." When they decide that time don't reach, we are already ready. We go support them. But then we they look them from afar. We know say they never ready. But the day when they go ready, I'm telling you. Just look at themselves now.
I told you that's what Amici said. Amici said, those you see today who are calling for protests, there are still people who are still kind of well off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the children of people who are still managing and they are still well off. You see those people we are talking about as poor. They know they get. I mean, they are begging for food. They are doing this. They can't feed. Their children can't go to school. They can't really live and all of that. The day those people go protests,
the angry mob.
You get the ones that are not on social media. The ones that are not sharing on TikTok or Twitter everywhere.
Yeah.
The day they hit the street. That's what Amici said. Everybody go get the message.
That is the end. That is the end. That is the day that Nigerian government will know that. You see all this Amajiri that they are breeding in North.
Yeah.
They don't know what they are. See, me, I used to have hope in Nigeria before, but now I know, see, as it stands right now.
You don't want to waste your hope.
I don't want to waste my hope. Because somebody will say, come on, Nigeria. I reject it.
In Jesus' name, even on your behalf.
Take my children to where?
That's what I told people. I said, if anybody is outside Nigeria telling you that they love Nigeria so much, that you are complaining too much. You wait in Nigeria. Somebody wait there abroad is telling you that they are Nigerians, they love Nigeria. So many of you in Nigeria are ungrateful. Tell them, can they allow their children to relocate to Nigeria? Their reaction will tell you that they are lying to you. Here you get. Nobody will actually leave Nigeria with what our eyes have seen and with what we know. You now buy tickets, package your family and say, I'm relocating to Nigeria, to America. Not that you are running away from jail. You could pack your family and you don't get mental problem. You carry your family, carry everything. See where you go, you say, I'm relocating back to Nigeria. You know, is that not what they are supposed to say? Why are you saying we love Nigeria from abroad?
Honestly.
See, Baba, thank you.
I think I really appreciate the work, my God. Now God will bless you.
And you too. Thank you very much. Help me greet the children. By the way, just tell them that one of these days, when everything is clear,
all right, my God. Thank you. We do appreciate your hard work.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
That's a good one, though. You know, people lie to themselves a lot, and they don't think it is wrong. Okay. Majority, if anybody tells you, if you see anybody that is living outside Nigeria, okay, that any small thing, you go don't see them with green, white, green. Any small thing like this, I'm a Nigerian. Anytime they see all these rogues from Nigeria, when they see them in Europe or America, all these low self-esteem individuals, okay, they will quickly jump at them, taking pictures because they want to show to that, you know what I mean, that they met them abroad. Because if it was in Nigeria, the life they were living in Nigeria, they can never get closer to a minister. They can never get closer to a local government chairman, talk less of getting closer to a minister or governor or anything. But because they live abroad now, they need those pictures for validation. And they will come and face you and tell you how much they love Nigeria. None of them will live in Nigeria. None. If you see any of them that comes back to Nigeria, you can easily tell it's either out of a sheer ignorance. They will regret it. They will tell you, people are making it here too. Now, I'm not saying people are not making it here too. But if you love Nigeria so much, pack your family, pack everybody. Show example of patriotism, okay? Show example and stop lying to those who have been completely in darkness in Nigeria. Stop lying to them. I love my country. I love my country. Nigeria is going to be great one day. We need to pray for our country. This UK, this America was not, it was not condemned by this. Ulori buruku arayi, pack your family, pack your children, go and give them the childhood that you had. What is wrong with that? Leave America, leave everything, leave all those things. Go back to Nigeria and build Nigeria for them. You sit there and you're telling those humbled slaves, misguided social media bandits. You are misguided. You are telling them that Nigeria is going to be great. If anybody tell you, say, by the special grace of God, you will end up in Nigeria, you and your family, so that they can build up Nigeria, you will begin to read Bible. I reject it in Jesus' name. Because the Father Lord said in John 3:16 that for God so loved the world, and he gave his begotten son. Any weapon fashioned against me and my family. So Nigeria is a weapon fashioned against you and your family, Abi. And that's why you ran away from Nigeria and you are currently staying away. Now, for those who are there to be liberated because they can't really run away, they can't escape like us, to encourage them that their future, their life is actually in their hands. You are there making it difficult. I love Nigeria. Let us all be patriotic. Abulori Bruku ni wa ti patriotic ni. Ekwe mama gbalenu mi all the time. What do you call it? Called the patriotic Nigerians living abroad. Abulori Bruku dede. Hello, Jare, my caller.
Good evening, Vaigo.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm very fine. I'm a regular. I've called several times, and I'm calling from Motor City 313. I'm calling from Detroit. I choose to ride.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm well, my brother. I'm well, comrade. I'm well, General. For security reasons, I will not mention my name.
And we will keep it today. At that. I mean, next time, just say your man from Michigan. Then I will remember Detroit.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm a Rasta man, and I don't know if you know what that means.
I do know what it means. Come on, but I don't. I don't know if I actually can speak that, so I won't embarrass myself.
I don't speak patois. It's a thing of the heart. So when I listen to a lot of conscious
for not being able to speak it, right? It's not.
No, you don't have to speak patois for you to be a Rasta man. You don't have to have a dreadlock to be a Rasta man. Right. It's a thing of the heart.
Beautiful.
It's a way of life.
I'll flow with you, please.
And I was listening to one of my favorite songs of all time. This while I was listening to the program. I mean, I don't miss any of your programs. And that song is by Bob Marley, the late prophet of old. And he said, we and them. So we and them. How are we going to solve this out? Anytime I call in, I always feel a lot of anxiety because I feel hungry. I feel depressed.
No wonder.
And sometimes I just keep asking myself this question there. For once, how did we, as a people, the big brother, so quote and unquote, of the black race, how did we get here? And from my own little analysis, I begin to put a lot of things together from the past. I'm privileged to work in a space. I work in telecommunication.
Bless you, Baba.
And I've worked with very diverse company. I was on a project 4 years ago with Samsung Electronics America, and I was privy to certain, I will not say highly classified document. I mean, they are document that you have to have access to when you work.
Your security clearance must be to some certain level before you can actually access them. I can't imagine.
Right. And those reports just tells you about, what is going on in some certain, ecosystem, some certain economy. And, when I begin to look at why Nigeria got here, where are we going from here? We all know, everybody knows that there was never a country called Nigeria from the start. We all knew that there was never, it was all an enterprise. Let's take a step back. Let's piggyback a little bit. Immediately, the supreme liars, they certify their boy to sit on
the judicial bandits. In case
the judicial bandits. They certify their boy to sit on Shalanga. The Shalanga is sitting on. There's the first person that came. If you remember, one of the first international leaders that came was the Chancellor of Germany.
Yes,
that came. And one thing a lot of people don't know is, they have all this. They have it in their hands already.
Like that.
Okay. Yeah. hey boy, we've done what you want us to do. If I want to be the president, I be, yeah, you don't sit there now. So now, whatever it is that we ask of you, and that is beginning to play out. Like the last caller said, we are not yet ready for what is to come, especially for the unaware, uninformed 220 million people. That's the most unfortunate part of it. But what I wanted to say tonight is this. One day, it's going to happen. And what is going to happen? You see that it's a revelation review, revolution. And it's the one thing I'm so sure that I've been saying since 2019 is I know at a point it's going to happen. When NSAS happened, I would say I saw a vision. I've seen that since 2019 during the days of BlackBerry when we used to ping here and there. We have a group that I said, this is what I see happening at the point in Nigeria. And NSAS was just a test run of what is still to come.
We all know that. Before you share that revelation, sir, right? Is that let us all just be honest with ourselves, no matter which side we belong to. You cannot be running a country as they are running Nigeria now and expect it to last. Let's be honest with ourselves. It is either they stop what they are doing, and begin to take some steps back, you know what I mean? Like making some withdrawal from here and there, or they continue exactly as they are continuing, right? And then the society will react. That reaction is what people are now describing. It is going to be either what we have never seen before.
Oh, yes.
There's probably not going to be any reaction at all.
I mean, the only thing is, my fear is, we are setting the precedent, our generation. I mean, my mid-40s. Unfortunately, we are being robbed of our mind. For the few like yourself, kudos to you, Baba. I say it again, kudos to you. Because like I always tell, anytime I'm privileged to call on I always say this. It takes a gladiator to jump in the arena to fight these monsters. And what you are doing, a lot of people might not really take it serious. Putting yourself on the line, your family.
That's right.
I mean, that's I don't know how much of sacrifice that could be. Our ancestors, the likes of
I haven't been shot at, and I haven't been kidnapped yet.
Because they're watching you every day. They are telling you every day. They are monitoring you every day. They know your movement every day. I mean, that is a fact.
I do.
Oh, yes. I mean, in this digital age, we all have, you are very visible and very active on, in the digital space. So it is easy for, they know what to do.
I'm a person of interest. That is why, apart from the fact that, you know what you said, right? You know what you just said now is this, right? One of the things I was told, or one of the things I learned is about being a public speaker like this, is that if you want to criticize, just make sure that anything you want to criticize is not something that you are secretly benefiting from. Because that means you are putting even if the society are not seeing it, the people you are criticizing who knows you very well, they will take back their pound of flesh as well. You know what I mean? Like, I personally know that. Stay away, But again, I also know that apart from meeting them or not, I must also be very careful of my dealings and involvement because I am a person of interest.
Absolutely.
Who will not be shocked if tomorrow morning, you see a breaking news, I'm in handcuffs, and they say I have actually been doing drug dealing. Despite my outspokenness, shout, and the person who is parading me is MI6 UK. How disappointed are you going to be?
I mean, personally, as a person, I won't be disappointed because they all work together.
I know beyond that people who are looking at me to see whatever. I also know beyond the fact that if I get myself involved in any illegal activity, I am actually setting myself up because I'm a person of interest. I believe. Baba.
To wrap up, to give other people opportunity to speak, one thing I just want to remind every conscious and, right-minded, I don't like to use the word Nigeria because there was never one. It's the day is going to come. And I'm sure, I'm hoping that it's going to happen in our lifetime. I'm hoping. First, we have to liberate what is left of that contraption. Then maybe after the liberation, then we can now begin to have a conversation that, okay, so what is wrong
in that conversation? That's what they don't want us to have at all. No chance.
Oh yeah. They will never, because the Bible says the powers and the principalities, that have been sitting on the akboti of the enterprise called Nigeria. They know exactly what they were doing. They know why they brought this MF, this motherfucker at this point in time. Let's take a step back a little bit. Let's look at the crossroad. Let's look at the crossroad where humanity is right now, and especially the black race. Let's look at the crossroad. Like our forefathers, our ancestors have always been saying that when Nigeria is liberated, the whole of what? The black race.
Is liberated. I believe.
Yeah, we'll be liberated. Okay. So they know why they brought this dude at this point in time. When people are beginning to become more conscious of the reality, people are beginning to be more aware in this, digital age. Okay, it can't go on like this. It can't continue like this. But one thing I'm always convinced about is when it's going to happen, I'm hoping, I'm praying to the ancestors to give people like yourself, ourselves, that knows that, okay, we have to play our role one way or the other. Like there's something they call front end, back end. Not everybody feed their front end.
That's right.
Like you are doing. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of boldness. That's why I always respect the Jebus. You guys are brave hearts.
No, I think it's because of our, it's because of our fear of being subjugated. Then we kind of have to use that giddy, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, when I was in college, my best friend was one of the Onosoyas during my days in Federal Polybida. And I could see, I said, now I know, I'm from Ekiti, by the way. I see the reason why Jebus are always very bold.
See Ekiti man that is talking
about no, Banatiwa, Baba.
Banatiwa. Like extra, Ekiti.
Not touch here, my sorrow, but I don't about to touch here, I don't about to spark here. Only stop.
You know what I mean?
Stop. But one thing I'm just praying to all the ancestors that are beginning to wake our spirits nice, they should please give us that courage, that strength, that wisdom to do what? To mobilize, organize, and strategize. Because that's one of the major things that we are still lacking.
That's right.
Disunity, and they know why they are making that happen. One of the major root causes of all that is religion, unfortunately. But I think that is beginning to heal a little bit. Like I said, to wrap up, in conclusion, I'm hoping that when it starts, we will still be here to play our role. Because the day will come when they will be talking, when we are gone, that, when Mayegun was here, he did his part. Like our ancestors, like the late Fela, the Bob Marleys, the Marcus Garveys, and the likes.
That's so brilliant.
We're still talking about those people up until now. Yes. We give thanks to Jah. All right. Thank you so much, Mayegun.
Thank you so much, brother. You are an amazing person, and that's class, I have to say. Indeed, we all have a role to play, and that's why everyone who has a chance of speaking out should not hold back, okay? We have a lot of mind to liberate. Because those who are socially conditioning our people with this kind of a social engineering, defeated people, they are making us feel like we are defeated. Oh, you need to know that you are defeated. Don't do more than yourself. Be very careful. Watch your mouth. Think about your family. Think about your future. oh, you know that if you value your life and all of that, but yet the people that want us to keep quiet with all, I mean, issuing all this threat and all that, they are still killing us even when we're quiet. Okay, that's our life that they are talking about. They are trying to take that from us. They are taking the life from us. You know, think about your future. Think about your tomorrow. But look at us today, right? Our future has been completely plundered. Where generations to the fifth generation are going to be saddled with the poverty of debt servicing, indebtedness, generational poverty. That's the tomorrow they are saying we should think about. That's your future they are telling you to think about. Think about your family. Well, my family, your family, and many, many of our own loved ones are part of those who are suffering from the pang of this generational poverty created by these criminals. Okay? You are the leaders of tomorrow. Think about your tomorrow. Your tomorrow, there is no tomorrow. Those who are telling you that you are the leaders of tomorrow 40 years ago, they are still the same people who are still your leaders today. And unfortunately, they have done what is called a state capture, whereby their children will replace them. Their girlfriends will replace them in different important institutions all over the place. Became a leader of tomorrow. Man, never chopped since 2 days. That is the kind of shege the country they have created. Turn everybody to beggar. Weaken them from inside. Psychologically weaken them. Even they wish that they want to ask for something, they will not have the courage to actually stand up and ask for it. It is systemic, or you can say it is systematic, Abi. So I was like, the way the whole thing they go in Nigeria today, everybody is struggling. A leader of tomorrow. You know, when you sit down, you are thinking about your life and be like, they say I'll be leader, so I am a leader of tomorrow. Be leader, make leader of tomorrow, never chop for the past 2 days. That is the life the average Nigerians are living today. The desperation is highly pandemic. Put it that way. I'll take this one. Hello there.
All hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa.
All hail Biafra, all hail Oduduwa. Brother, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, my good. You know, just I'm livid right now. I'm angry. I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you do this every day. It's very encouraging.
I mean, I've told a lot of you before that I mean, when I see a lot of people who spend their evening watching Mayegu, and then I see a lot of you who spend your time to actually call in to add your voice, these are enough motivation for me that I can't stop. But you are right. It is not easy, and it's not been easy, right?
No,
because the battle is not even like over. We are facing a lifetime battle. Hopefully, our own children won't have to. But here we are.
Yes, this is a battle for our lineage, our future of beyond unborns. That they're basically jeopardizing and playing Russian roulette with.
Imagine.
And
Russian roulette.
my God, I've been burnt out for a few weeks now. Just like I'm still trying to figure out.
When I said how are you, I remember the last time we spoke, and then the tragedy that you were dealing with at the time, and I can only ask that how are you? Like, how are you? You know what I mean? This is not like a casual greeting. Like, how are you?
Michael, I'm here. I'm hanging in there. We have a bigger task at hand. That we need to focus on. Liberating our people. That's the most important thing now. Yes, and we have to do something. I mean, there's a lot of things I can't talk about. I don't give my name out like that because there's a lot of things that I'm involved in. Yes, but Michael, the thing that everyone is talking about is fast approaching. It's really, really at our doorsteps. A lot of people aren't seeing it because there's too many distractions happening. But that revolution that everyone is talking about is almost near. It's just that some people don't see the signs already.
Because it hasn't started making noise and all of that, but for those who are good observers and who follow events and all that, they can tell that a lot of this revolution is already kind of a gathering. Even if it's going to be in the mind of the people, we can all believe that it's not the same anymore. A lot of people are incurious. A lot of people are.
You remember we were all carrying flags and just protesting peacefully. Now those flags are now turning into what? Guns, right? And others are watching it, all also doing the same thing, repeating. Before you know it, everyone, those that are being oppressed by these people, all they ask for is just for freedom, to be, treated as equal, Now, when all the citizens are now armed up, what can they do? They're powerless. And they know it. I know a few politicians that have moved all their family all to Canada right now. One told me personally, we're already seeing the writing on the wall, So, but the thing is, the juju that they did to our people for years and years and years have kept them from not seeing, by what you're doing and many other people are preaching, the facts and the truth and the figures of everything. It's slowly, they're starting to see it, but many are still, but it's coming. It's coming. People just rest assured. Continue to share the broadcast, contribute. Let's get this voice louder. Please. I take care, Michael.
You take it easy too, okay? And take care, man. Right. You have a good one. Now I'm gonna take just one more call, and we're gonna call it a night. And our time is quite up now. The Prince Jejeman.
Yeah, my good general. For life. Baba.
That's the Prince. How are you, sir?
Baba, my Tucano mic is fine. No shaking.
Yes, sir.
Nothing to you, Baba.
Thank you.
Thank you for hyping me. IPOB for life.
People are already typing that in the comments. Every time I mention the Prince, you begin to see comments like representing IPOB for life. It's been a while.
Yes, Baba.
Because it's for life, Baba. You are not representing IPOB temporarily. It is for life.
That's so, Baba.
How is it going?
Well done, Baba. Well done. We thank God all is well and your family, Baba.
Well, we are here. Agbeke has passed their driving test, and Agbeke has been the one, driving the car almost everywhere right now. So for me, they open the window to check if she's back. You know what I mean?
Good.
But it's actually good, though.
That's good.
Use that, Prince.
Congratulations.
It's actually very good because most of my drivings are actually they were using me like a taxi man. When you are the only person who drives in the house, right? You are an unofficial taxi man for the rest of the family.
That's so.
Now you go drive, go. They want, you know what I mean? Now
I know.
I'm actually
it's just like one person will get money for family.
Yeah, you get.
That's so easy.
So if you see me laugh a lot these days, it is because my workload has reduced.
Don't less. That's so. That's
because
good.
I quickly pass driving test.
Wow! Congratulations to the family.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
anyway, Prince Jejeman, you are my last caller. Hello, so I wanted to have a banter with you before you drop your own contribution. So let's do that now before the time is
up. That's fine. Baba, you see, I want to encourage everyone on the Temple of Truth. We are going to have our freedom. No two ways about it. Freedom is coming. It's freedom time. I started Dokuba was singing turn by turn, Najagaban time, but I sang my own version. I told him that is a freedom time. The turn by turn now is turn by turn of freedom time, you know.
Say
And
turn by turn, no. Now freedom time, no.
Time, now so Baba.
Oh yeah, now freedom time, oh. Wait for your turn, no. Because now freedom turn, no.
That's freedom
I like
time. Yes, that's so Baba. So you see, I want them to know. They need to know this. Hitler, where is Hitler today? You know, Hitler was at one time an emperor. You know, it's like an empire. I think he came and his time was gone. Yeah, he came down. You know, Roman Empire. Where is it today? You know, all these people are very, very, very strong, and they all went down.
Empires,
you know, so it's
empires rose, empires crumbled. That is the history of humanity. Nigeria will break.
Sure. There's no two ways about it. You see, as they used to say, you know, we have in Christianity, there are those who are representing terrorism, and also in Muslim, you know, because there's one thing that Christ used to say, by their fruit you shall know them. You see, in the Bible, God asks the children of Israelites, the first prophet, they represent terrorism. You know, because the kind of message they do bring is the thing that will cause generation upon generation to have a lot of destiny issues. You know, that's why God commanded the children of Israelites. He said, first prophet among you, you should stone them. You know, the other day I was telling you that touch not my anointed is not for man of God who is
my pastor no harm or something like that.
Is not for a fake pastor or fake prophet. No. That verse of the Bible is for those who have integrity, those who are doing the will of God, teaching the right thing that God wants you to teach. Okay. You see, this brings me to the issue of this man tying bed sheets. You know, the
Usman Danfodio Sokoto.
Sokoto, exactly. You see, by their fruit you shall know them. You see, if thank God for the Muslim ticket that they took. You know, you see, all these things is exposing a lot of things.
It is.
For him now to bring somebody who is known as a terrorist to come into Nigeria, and he's telling everybody that nothing everybody can do.
Now they can invite anybody they want, anytime they want.
They told us that Islam is a religion of peace. We believe, but your action, does it correspond with what you are telling the people? That is the question. And this is somebody who represents a whole community of the religion
Muslims
that you profess. You understand? And you are bringing in somebody who is known terrorist to come and
somebody who is calling people infidels. Somebody who said that every Muslim should endeavor to be a terrorist as a jihadist for Allah. Last time when I did that program, some of these usually they are mostly Yorubas, okay? Yoruba women who are bearing Muslim names, okay? They jumped there. They started asking me. They probably didn't know that it was already a recorded video and it's no longer live, right? They were asking me to give them proof where the guy said every Muslim should endeavor to be a terrorist, because if you kill any infidel for Allah, all your sins goes into the head of that infidel. Okay, you are not a sinner. I know everything about his claim. They were asking me to go and bring the evidence. Say, me bring evidence to you, lunatics. You will. Do you think I didn't prepare? I wasn't prepared for people like that when I wanted to talk about the guy. Do you think I don't know some of those who are pretending to be Muslims? Outside this their Sharia north, and despite all of that, they don't even see you as a real Muslim. Do you want me to actually give you proof of that before you believe that a terrorist is invited by the jihadists in northern Nigeria? They don't even see anybody who is not from northern Nigeria. Even if you're a Muslim, they don't see you as a real Muslim. What kind of a country is that?
Their problem is that they don't know that the world is a global village. Okay? Whatever you are doing, only just on the Google, you can with just under a touch of a finger, you can get information of everybody. As long as you are in the media space, information about what you say, what you do, whatever your movement can be tracked. So there's for them are telling you to bring evidence. They are
it's
just
a normal thing. Even if you give them the evidence, they will tell you that you didn't understand what it meant. I know lunatics, and
they will burn it.
They also know me too, right? That I am not one of those that you are going to come around and say because you are a Muslim, okay, or because your own type of Islam is that I should watch my mouth. Now Ogun go kill you and kill you without your own type of Islam. So I'm not the type of people they will kind of say that to and say, be careful, watch your mouth. Too. They will say Islam is a religion of peace, but you need to watch your mouth or else we don't take our religion for granted. Though we'll kill you, Neo. I say, I thought you said it's a religion of peace, and you see they want me. Now watch my mouth. You will kill me, Prince.
Yeah, my good. The thing is that a terrorist is a terrorist.
Sure, you get.
They just hide under Islam to commit the atrocity. Just as these criminal politicians, they hide under one Nigeria to commit all these atrocities. Yes, without on the umbrella of Islam, they cannot hide and commit their terrorism, and you understand. So that is the reason. That is because they want people to, without the support of people, they cannot say or that religious background. They cannot,
they feel powerful. They feel powerful that they know the Islam more than others. So if they now tell you what they know, and you said no, I disagree, they will kill you. We'll kill you. You disagree with us, Abi? I kill you.
The funny thing, Maegu, or I won't call it a funny thing. The thing is that if everybody have gone as they have, they cannot just say I will kill. They can't just tell you say I will kill you.
Sure, you get. You don't go come around and say I should watch my mouth, because in a country where your terrorism is being hidden behind religion, you are terrorist. So just say
my ego, the why they respect IPOB is because IPOB kind of born again. Our own born again is the kind of Moses born again. It's not the kind of Jesus born again. Say slap for your face, you turn the other one. No, you understand? Eye for an eye. You get me? I mean, that is IPOB born again. So they understand that. So if they are coming, if they just see us, they just pass one side. They don't come and boast, I will kill you. I do, because we will defend ourselves. That's right. Is a right. We will defend ourselves to the last man standing.
Prince.
So don't matter. And now I want them to know that he's a global property.
That's right.
He doesn't. Nigeria has no jurisdiction over him. He's a Biafran property. He's a world property. That's one thing they should know. He has told them that Nigeria, what is coming to Nigeria, Somalia and what's it called, Yugoslavia put together, is what is coming to Nigeria, and not that when it comes, he's going to. They will instigate it by themselves based on what is coming. Do you understand? Because now officially now everything is open to everybody.
That's right.
Nobody again will say, what Nana Kano is saying is a lie.
Like
they are seeing it.
Inciting people. Anyway,
they are only just Baba.
More call it tonight, okay? Our time is currently really past. Some of our viewers are already going to bed, especially in Nigeria. But again, Prince, thank you.
Respect, Baba.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Keep on the good work.
Mm-hmm. You have a good
Keep on the good work, Baba.
Thank you and good night.
We'll get there.
Cheers, man. So that's Prince JJ Man, a very, very good brother of mine. And because my time is so gone, I'm just going to say good night. But remember, if you join this midway, you can watch the broadcast from the start again. And if you have been with us all night, okay, don't leave without liking the broadcast. I will see you again. Until then, stay safe and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.